I was always fascinated by time. From a young age, the concept of time intrigued me. It wasn't just about the ticking of the clock or the changing of the seasons. It was about the very essence of existence, the flow of moments that make up our lives. I devoured books about history. I immersed myself in the tales of ancient civilizations, the rise and fall of empires, and the lives of people who lived centuries before me. Each story was a window into a different era, a different way of life. I loved stories of the past. I had a dream that one day I could witness these moments firsthand, to see history unfold before my eyes, to experience the world as it was in different times. I wanted to travel through time. This dream became an obsession. I began sketching designs for a time machine, poring over blueprints and imagining the possibilities. I spent years tinkering in my workshop. Every spare moment was dedicated to this pursuit. I experimented with different materials, tested various theories, and faced countless failures. I studied physics and engineering. I knew that understanding the fundamental laws of the universe was crucial. I enrolled in university, attended lectures, and spent long nights in the lab driven by my unwavering goal. My goal was to build a time machine. My dedication paid off. After years of hard work, I began to see progress. The intricate mechanical device I was building started to take shape, resembling a complex clock-like contraption. I created a device unlike any other. It was a culmination of all my efforts, a testament to my perseverance and passion. It looked like a clock face with a spinning center. The design was both elegant and functional, a perfect blend of art and science. I stepped inside, heart pounding with anticipation. I pulled a lever. This was the moment I had been waiting for, the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. The world dissolved around me. Colors swirled, shapes shifted, and I felt a sensation unlike anything I had ever experienced.
Daniel had done it. He had achieved what many thought was impossible. He was a time traveler. His journey had just begun, and the possibilities were endless. The world solidified. Daniel found himself on the deck of a grand ship. People in elegant attire strolled around him. A band played cheerful music. He recognized the ship from his history books. He was on the Titanic.
Excitement warred with fear in my chest. I had dreamed of this moment, but now reality was daunting. I knew the ship's tragic fate. Should I warn everyone? Could I change history?
The dilemma weighed heavily upon him. Daniel paced the deck, torn. He thought about saving lives. He imagined the chaos of warning everyone. What would be the consequences? He grappled with the morality of interfering.
Could I live with the guilt of knowing and doing nothing? The decision was agonizing. I felt a sense of responsibility, yet I also feared the unknown ripples of altering the past.
The ship sailed on, oblivious to its fate and Daniel's internal struggle. Time was running out. Daniel found himself transported to another time. He stood on a muddy battlefield. The air crackled with tension. Soldiers prepared for a gruesome fight. He was in the trenches of World War I.
The horrors of war unfolded before me. The deafening roar of cannons, the cries of the wounded, the stench of death hung heavy in the air. I saw the futility of it all. I felt the urge to stop the bloodshed.
But how could one man change the course of history?
Section 6. The Weight of the World. In the annals of history, there are moments that define the course of human events. These moments are often recorded in books, maps, and documents that tell the story of our past. I felt the weight of my actions. Every decision I made seemed to ripple through time, affecting not just my life, but the lives of countless others. The responsibility was immense, and it often left me feeling overwhelmed and distressed. I carried the burden of knowledge. The more I learned, the heavier the load became. Ancient manuscripts and old books held secrets that were both enlightening and burdensome. Each piece of information added to the weight I bore. I saw the potential for both good and bad. History is a tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tragedy. As I studied the past, I realized that every action had the potential to lead to either greatness or disaster. The choices we make are pivotal. The past was a delicate web. Each event was interconnected, like the strands of a spider's web. One wrong move could cause the entire structure to collapse. Handling the artifacts of history required great care and respect. Time was a river with a strong current. It flowed relentlessly, carrying everything in its path. The passage of time was unstoppable, and I often felt like I was being swept along by its powerful current. I was just a leaf, easily swept along. In the grand scheme of things, I was but a small, insignificant part of the larger picture. The forces of time and history were much greater than me, and I often felt powerless against them. My travels filled me with wonder and terror. Visiting historical landmarks and reading about past events evoked a mix of emotions. I was in awe of the achievements of those who came before me, but I was also terrified by the mistakes and tragedies that had occurred. I realized the power of time. Time was not just a measure of moments passing, it was a force that shaped the world. The ticking of clocks and the flow of sand in an hourglass were constant reminders of its relentless march. I understood the importance of the past. The ruins and documents I studied were not just relics, they were lessons. They taught me about the foundations of our present and the potential for our future. The past held the keys to understanding who we are. But I also saw the danger of meddling. Interfering with the past could have unforeseen consequences. The artifacts and documents were fragile, and so was the balance of history. One wrong move could cause irreparable damage. I was just a man. Despite the weight of the world on my shoulders, I was only human. My journey through history was a humbling experience, reminding me of my limitations and the vastness of the world around me. Section 7. A changed present. I returned to my own time, but my present was different. My actions had altered the course of history. The world was familiar yet changed. Small differences, big consequences. My city was more advanced, but it lacked the charm I remembered. My family was safe and successful, but their personalities were different. I had interfered with the natural order. I wondered if it was for the better. My heart ached with a strange nostalgia for a time that never was. Section 8. The true cost of time. I shut down the time machine. The journey had changed me. I had seen the wonders of the past. I had faced impossible choices. I had learned the true cost of time. I realized my place in the grand scheme of things. I understood the delicate balance of history. I vowed to use my knowledge wisely. I would respect the past. I would focus on the present. I had learned a valuable lesson. Section 9. Reflections of a Time Traveler. I continued my life, but it was never the same. I carried the memories of my journey, each one a fragment of a time long past. I shared my stories with caution, knowing that the truth could be both wondrous and terrifying. I wanted to inspire wonder in the hearts of those who listened, to ignite a spark of curiosity about the world and its history. But I also wanted to warn against recklessness, to teach the importance of respecting the flow of time. Time travel, I learned, was a double-edged sword. It offered glimpses of the past and future, but it also came with great responsibility. I often wondered about the paths not taken, the choices that could have led to different outcomes. I thought about the choices I could have made, the lives I could have lived, and the people I could have met. I accepted the consequences of my actions, knowing that each decision shaped the course of my journey. I embraced the present, shaped by the past I had witnessed. Each moment was a gift, a reminder of the intricate tapestry of time. I was a time traveler, a wanderer through the ages, carrying the weight of history on my shoulders. I was a guardian of time, entrusted with the knowledge of what was, what is, and what could be. My journey was not just about witnessing history, but about understanding the delicate balance that holds our world together. As I sat on that porch reflecting on my travels, I realized that time was not just a series of events, but a living, breathing entity. It was something to be cherished, respected, and protected. And so, I continued my life ever mindful of the lessons I had learned and ever grateful for the journey that had made me who I am.